So about my two languages, the first one is Estonian, and I started to create my online presence in Estonian. And then I actually realized that there were clients who came to me and asked different languages, and some of my clients they wanted to work with me in English. And I actually have worked with several coaches and mentors actually, and I asked this question over and over and over again, how to run a successful business in two languages. So I have talked to big business gurus and mentors about my business, and I had really valuable insights about how to do it, because the first thing everyone said, you actually don't need different social Facebook pages. Everything can be run from one page. So you can just say yes, if you had heard this actually, that you can just do a post first in one language and then another, and also you can actually do Facebook Lives in different languages. And I started this way, and surprise, surprise, this didn't work. My clients were really confused because I also created mailing lists. I actually tried to write like half email in one language and half email in other language. And actually this didn't really work. Clients came to me and then they started to message me, I don't understand your emails. Like, yes. So this was the thing actually that happened to me. And to say there is only 1 million native speakers of Estonia. So it's a really secret fairy language. And of course, people don't understand that. So what I did, the second thing, I started actually to create everything like in two presents. Yes. So this is my tip to you as well. Actually, if you want to really, you need to actually connect to the person 20, 25, 27 times. It's very different in different people in marketing say you need to have like 20 connections with a client before the client buys. This is not actually always true, but actually they start to follow you. And if you are actually sending messages that are not really, they don't understand you, they don't really pick you, then you actually will lose the client. So my top tip to you is actually to create two presence in online world. So what I have is I do have two different Facebook pages, one in English and one in Estonian, and I'm very much copying what I do. So and also I have two Instagram accounts, business accounts, and also I have two web pages, one in English and one in Estonian. So, and this is not the one page, it's actually there are two different domains, and actually people are, and I also do have I used to have two different email providers even for my emails, but now I have collected them under one umbrella. So my emails are just my emails are just English speaking and Estonian speaking. So my assistant, when sending emails, also needs to check that she's not sending to the wrong list. So my tip to you is actually to really do them like you have two pockets. This just is like you would have two businesses. Yes. So you need to actually approach to a business like you are two different businesses, two different languages. And also the next thing that came to me was about how to be consistent in my business when I have business in two languages. So you can comment yes if it's something that you actually struggle when you have business in several languages. Is the main thing how to be consistent in your business, actually how to create content daily in two languages. This was really hard for me as well. So actually I was last year I was in a large summit, and actually I had a very, very great moment with my mentor, and he gave me excellent advice, because I was really thinking about how I actually can create the space in my time, actually as a mom of 4 kids and also working full time in my business. Not really daily, but still I'm very much putting my energy on my business. So I had tried different things in working with two language. And the one thing was actually I tried to do it like different weekdays, different languages. Yes, so you may consider this way. Maybe this actually works for you. That you do some weekdays you do one language, and the other weekday you do another language. But it ended up that I actually lost the consistency on doing English. Yes, so I went the easy way, that is Estonian, and I actually was not very consistent on my English business. So what this coach actually told me, it actually to do it differently. So now actually I have planned the all week on my business actually to create content in my English business. So what's the secondary language you have? You actually need to just block your time for creating the content in this language. So I have been really creating this and also taking clients also in this language, because it's kind of messy when you are I have tried like doing a webinar in one language in the morning and the other language afternoon. Yes. So I'm doing it just now as well. I only do like the questions and answers call afternoon once a week. So it's not hard for me, but when I had several times I needed to take from one language to another, it really felt it was a challenge for me, and so I actually lost the consistency. So if you start out, I would really give you the tip actually to plan your content in the way that it is kind of similar what you are doing in one language. So I have also like tried different themes in like one theme in one language, the same time the other in other. But now I'm doing what I'm doing in one language this month, I'm also doing in English. So I'm not hopping from one theme to another. So it's about content creation. Yes. So the main thing, actually, you need to plan your content ahead and actually record it ahead and really deliver it. So for me, it works really well that I do use my Google Calendar actually to plan my content. And also I try to be quite visible in both ways. So really helpful is that I do have podcasts in both languages. So I do create my podcast content, and the more I do that, I also have a YouTube channel, both languages, different channels. So I would really give you the tip actually to actually not put them together, but just do it differently. And of course, you need to really work with your scripts actually. So I have scripts as well in 2 languages. I hardly never use scripts nowadays, but when I started out, I had my scripts actually when I did sessions. I don't need scripts anymore. But yes, when I started, I of course translated the scripts actually and let someone to edit them in the good language. So yes. And I would be really happy if you ask me any questions during this mastermind. If you have thoughts about setting your business and really running it in a way that you have international clients, and I would be really happy to answer that. Last time I did a mastermind, I talked nearly 30 minutes, but this time I made a decision. I will ask your questions so you have more actually helpful tips from me. Would you please? Yes, my web designer is actually, I need to email you back, but actually I got so many inquiries, like he's not really taking new ones, but I can send you the details actually. Yes, so I don't want to publish him here very much because he has quite many clients just now, but I would be happy if you just message me one more time, because sometimes so many messages come and some go to my spam folder on Facebook, so I don't see them very often. How do you feel it all in? Yes, it's yes. I do have 2-time Facebook, 2-time Instagram, 2-time TikTok. Actually, I created my TikTok English account just now because my Estonian is going so well. So I'm very much on TikTok nowadays. And I have 2 web pages, 2 podcasts. I have everything, yes. But you need to really understand that you can't create them overnight. And I also podcast, yes, 2 languages as well. So I have a team, actually. I have someone who helps me, and now I have even more than someone. I have more people to help me because I have creating a lot of content, like a lot of content all the time. Just now, I also have books in 2 languages, I want to say. I'm a published author as well. So I also write in 2 languages. And of course, I'm very visible. I also am in press in 2 languages. And I also, what else I do in 2 languages? I'm a podcast guest and webinar guest sometimes. So it's also in 2 languages. So it's about my visibility strategy that I do. And how I plan is I start from somewhere. So I just recently started to grow my YouTube channel. I shared that on a marketing meeting with Skip, that I'm very happy I started, and I got over 125 YouTube followers within a week. So now I started my English channel, YouTube. And I haven't always been consistent, I must say. So my podcast is in English. I did it like 2 years ago on YouTube. Now I'm doing a new recordings, but it still works. This podcast still actually brings me so many new people to my email list. So actually, how to market on YouTube and podcast is my main channel, actually. So this is really profitable to run a podcast. So I get a lot of downloads, and even people download my podcast. I did it last episode 2 years ago, but now I'm doing it again just this week. I am recording some. So you have to plan what you are doing and what you're focusing. So and then of course, if you are in the stage that you can hire someone to help you. So I actually have 3 people helping me on social media just now. But we have just a lot of very much explosion. It hasn't always been this way, but it also brings me a lot of income back. So it's actually profitable actually to run this kind of company when you already have this content. And I'm very much repurposing my content. So I do also have blog in 2 languages, yes. So you can see I'm very much copy pasting my business in different languages. And also I do a lot of like Instagram Reels. Instagram Reels I also record in 2 languages. Of course, I post the Estonian ones to my own channel and then the English ones to the English channel. So, but when I record my content, I do it like in one piece. Like last week I did Instagram Reels. It's a 60-second Reels, and I recorded nearly 21 Reels with one morning. Yes. So you can see you can actually do something and then okay, what is my tip actually when you are recording content in different languages is actually I change my clothes. So I can see from my phone that, or actually this is in Estonian, and this is in English. And of course I save it to my phone's cloud, actually, to eCloud. So my assistant can access it from our work phone. And she can upload them and put subtitles and everything. I'm not doing this. So I'm mainly serving my clients and doing like talks, and my team is nowadays doing everything else. Canva, social media, everything is doing my team. But when I started out, I know how to do it, because when I started out, of course, I know how to do all those things because I actually need to see what my team is doing, and I know how this works. So I hope this works for you as well. In some level, the first thing actually I hired was an accountant, and the second person was my assistant. So, and I am actually an accountant myself. I have a university degree as a business degree, so I actually can do accounting myself. So. So yes, you need to really think, where is your client? Where is your client, and how to access your client? As you see, I'm not at all active in LinkedIn. I do have an account, but I really haven't had still I'm not in LinkedIn active. I still have like messages from there, but I am not producing content in a way. So this is, I know how to do it if I would love to, but my clients are very much on Facebook and on even on TikTok and Instagram. I have like very many sales coming from those channels now. So I do reels and short videos, and this is bringing me a lot of new leads. So yeah. So if you want to start, just focus on one thing you want to create, and then other things. So just go larger and larger as you can, because you can't do it like overnight. Yes, you can't do it overnight. This is too much. But you can actually think, okay, I would love to have those things, and then think if you can do it themselves, or I would suggest to hire someone, because you can hire a person to actually do it. And my team is very, very grateful that I can give them work. I do also have an office in my town. I work from home, but I have an office, and two of my assistants work in the office, and sometimes they do work from home because they have kids as well. So, but we have meetings at office. So yeah, this is how it works for me. I graduated out of DU 7 years ago. So yes. What about we start the business and we don't have any stuff? Yeah, then you have to learn it yourself. Yes. So yes, but if you can actually afford to pay someone, I would just start like hiring, because you can do more like content creation. You can actually have more time. I about 2 days a week I only create content. 2 full days I create content. So how much time do you create content? You can just put in the chat, because just now I am writing my book. Like just the day I had a session, and then I have been. I was in a hairdresser this afternoon, and actually I wrote my book. The time the color was on my head. So you can just find the time actually to do those. But when you're starting, just use free software. Like I still use Canva. I think canva.com is the best way actually. So I suggest you to, if you want to do branding and everything, then I would really suggest the paid version of Canva. And also I would really start yourself like. Yeah, but if you are really find someone actually to support you, like a mentor, a business mentor actually, who can review your things from time to time, because you can't really see yourself some of the opportunities you have. Yes, I'm sure you can understand that. Could you recommend where one goes to learn how to podcast, beginner's guide? I can do a masterclass out of podcast. It's about 15 minutes and you can do it. My clients are launching podcasts all the time. So let me know. I would be happy to do that for you actually. Yeah. How do you stay in tune with the needs of your clients in terms of creating valuable content? I have my client sessions, yes. So I still have client sessions, and of course I ask intake forms. Yes, I know whether and this is a market research actually, if you can actually turn it around, like yes. So, and I also do run like free challenges. Free courses, and I ask people what are the biggest challenges. Just now I'm running a Success Blocks course. It's about really. I started out. I was an introvert. I was actually. Just now, actually, Facebook showed me years ago. Actually, I had my husband's photo on my personal profile in Facebook, like because I was so shy actually to show myself because I felt, I don't want people to see me. I felt like highly sensitive person. I felt they are watching me. I can't really rest like. So I don't know if you have been there, but it's actually people. Now I'm very much an extrovert, so I can do 3 or 5 webinars a day, serve clients, do Facebook Lives, everything. It's about really, you need to work with their own energy. Yes. So I have really done so many RTT and RTC sessions. Even today morning, I had an RTC session. So I'm very, very grateful for those modalities. Yeah. So you have to actually find why, is there any trauma there was stopping you yourself actually to work this way? My Insta is Heidi.Blomberg, and Heidi Blomberg is in my English one. So yes. So why in Estonian one I also do different. In Estonian one I do share my daily life. Yeah. So in English I post more like what's happening and things, but I have found that in Estonia it's very, very small society. They actually want to see what I do. So sometimes I share my Instagram about me like doing lunch or going to school with kids or just doing an events, because I do also live events. Yes. And webinars in both languages and all the things I do. So I just share my everyday life in my Estonian account. So it's kind of different how I approach, and I have tested it out what works with my clients. So they really want to know me personally, and I post my cat photos and everything. So so yeah, so it's different in Facebook and Instagram. How are you qualifying these leads? I imagine the volume is quite high. Actually, as I said, Sonal, your client needs to see you 20 or 27 times before buying. So I had like 2 weeks ago, I had a RTT session with a man actually who said he bought my high-end package, and he said he has been listening to my podcast for a year driving to work with bus. So actually, you really need to understand that the client is not, if you are like, I am a higher end, I brand myself a higher end coach and therapist, and they are not buying, they actually want to know you. Yeah. So sharing your freely what you do and how you do and what are the challenges, this is actually the key actually. And when this gentleman came to session actually, he actually said that you are the third person I trust in the world, and I'm so happy to meet you. The first was his mom, and the second was his wife, so I was a third, so very honored. So I was so happy. I really don't know you, but I'm so excited to start working with you. So yes, you need to really build this like trust factor very much. I'm sure you have heard about that. Yeah, people need to trust you, that you are not scamming them in some way. I do my content myself, but I like to edit the videos. For YouTube or do this fancy stuff, I'm not doing it myself. I buy templates and my team is doing it. Yeah. So yes, I even have had hired for nearly 18 months. I hired a Facebook ads specialist for my full time for my company, but I'm not running Facebook ads anymore. I have very much organic leads coming in. And I also use quizzes, if you know what this is, that they come and they come to my email list. That my email list is growing every day. So really putting a focus on what you really want. So I also monitor all my channels twice a month. Actually, my team monitors how things work and what we need to shift actually. and I also do summits in 2 languages. If you have experience, you know what summits is. I also talk in English and I talk in Estonian. Can you give us tips on how to qualify the content creator who knows our Yeah, it's actually, yes, you need to do it yourself. It's you are the voice of your business, and no one else can create the content in the way that you can. So, and also you need to really create this content. So at least I think every month I have a professional photo shoot. Every month. So it's expensive, of course. They do a makeup and hair, and it's actually needed. It's actually needed in my business. And sometimes I create content ahead, of course. When I have a photo shoot, sometimes I do like even Christmas photos in April. Yes. So the photographs really have a really different handwriting. So you can see some pictures are really like, some are like portraits and some are like marketing photos. So what I also give my clients actually contents and how I train like my photographs, how to do photos. So yes, you need to really find someone who is good at photos. And also you need to learn how to do your own Facebook photos. Yes, your own selfies. You really need to learn how to do them in the way, because Facebook loves selfies. Yes, Facebook really loves you if you are creating content in this platform, and this is really great. Thank you, Sanal. Yes, thank you. Yeah, no, I just to say, I make all the content, and I also use ChatGPT. Yes, and my team uses ChatGPT as well, and I actually do paid trainings for other companies to train people on how to use ChatGPT for clients. Yesterday I had a training, today I had a training this afternoon. Large companies like, so business companies hire me actually to do business trainings. So this is really good for me because I get all the leads. So this is really brings me a lot of leads from business world. So to my email list, and I nurture those and they become my clients. Yes. So you can see it's a part of the funnel. Yeah. So this works really well for me. What works best for Estonian market from what you do? I think I already said actually, but the thing is actually my market loves challenges. I've done over 40 challenges last 7 years. 40. Yes. 40. Yes. So, and they are mostly weekly challenges. So I take a content and take people through, and this really works well. This actually really works well. And I also do paid challenges and webinars. So I'm very good at webinars, how to do webinars, because I actually, people are really get so much of that. I'm not holding myself back. And also when I write books, I'm not holding myself back. I'm just sharing whatever I have to share. Do you have more English speaker client or your native speaker? It is the way that I have very much passive income in my business just now. I started my company will hit 2 million euros in sales this year. And the main issue is coming in passive income. So I have very many passive income streams in my business. So I have both in English and Estonian. So I have a low level income streams like 7 euros. And I have like higher level, like 7,000 euros income streams. So yes, this is the thing that I can't really say what's more. Estonian is more because I have been more visible there, and now this year I wanted to do more really to build my confidence and not think about my accent, and really what is working really well, I'm getting a lot of testimonials in video. Yes, so I do have a lot of video testimonials and written testimonials. I think I have over 600 testimonials. So I use them in marketing. So definitely ask the testimonials. Yes, I do use newsletter, email newsletter. Yes, and if you are not using, I would really say it's a go actually, because I just send one email and I have been having daily sales for 6 years, so I don't have like days I don't really get sales. So this is really amazing actually. Even if I am taking vacation with my kids and family in July or during Christmas, I still get sales because I sell something that I have already created. Yeah. So I do have printed materials, I do have calendars, I have books, and then I have like online products. I do have memberships, I do have courses and mastermind, so I have this kind of passive incomes. Yes. And I really love that I do something and I create this one as a product later. So everything I create, I think about how I can create this a product. So we have 30 minutes and it's still running, so it's cool. It's sometimes just finishing. We have 5 minutes, so let me know your questions. You can also unmute yourself if you want to ask anything. I would be happy to answer your questions. Would you say most of your time is spent on content creation other than delivering? Yes, Sonal. Surely content creation. 2 days. I used to work 3 days a week, but now and taking every third week off. But now I'm working 4 days a week. So it's about 2. Facebook name is Heidi Blomberg, yeah, the same actually you can see from this Zoom, yes. So you can follow me and of course you can see what I'm doing. And also my YouTube channel is Heidi Blomberg and my Instagram is Heidi Blomberg. Everything is my name branded. And I'm also, just now I'm trademarking my business. So I'm also trademarking my business in 2 languages. Because I have had 2 court cases about using my content, that is my intellectual property. So yeah. Yes, it's main thing is actually to create content and get people and sign up and build trust. Yes. So really know how much content to share, where to share, and really run your marketing campaigns in a way that actually they attract your ideal clients. So your messaging needs to be really clear. So anyone wants to share something, ask anything, because I'm very happy to help you in your content creation or whatever questions you have. And I have tested different tools actually. My main tools, I can share my PDF with you if you want. You can message me, yeah. But the main tools actually are Zoom and Facebook, yeah. And now Facebook is actually from April. You actually can't. We used to really use Buffer actually for scheduling our posts on Facebook. This week we have that's why we have a larger team on the office, because from April you actually can't use the outer things, like you can't share Zoom on Facebook. I think it's not happening, and also you can't really use Buffer or other scheduling tools actually for Facebook. So Facebook wants you to be there more, so you have to actually schedule the post in Facebook. Yes. How do you sell your courses on your website? No, I'm not selling on my website. So how I sell is I use very much social media and Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and also I use my emails. Yes, so I have a really large list. I have about, in Estonian, I have about 25,000 people on my email list. And English is much smaller. I think English is 3,000. Yeah, about that. So How did you build your email list? Yeah. Oh, so many great questions. Yeah. So actually, you need to focus on building your email list. It's not happening overnight. So it really needs some time and also visibility. So to build your email list, actually, you need to be daily visible. Yeah, you need to be daily visible. And if you're not daily visible, actually, then you need to really, your company is like a shop, yes. If you are not opening your shop, you are not getting sales, yes. So just really thinking about your company as a shop, yes. So if I'm going to supermarket, it's open from like 10 a.m., yes. And you need to start marketing. Even sometimes I start at 8 a.m. Yeah, some of my posts and newsletters go at 8 a.m. And that's because many of my clients are moms, actually. So moms love to just listen to me or read my emails during they take their kids to school, and then they have this peer minute and they want to take some time for themselves, and then they love to listen to me or my meditations or my newsletter or podcast. So and this is all client survey. If your client is not moms, then maybe you want to do it later. Yes.